Got the A-frame mounted on, it's all welded out. I got the tires mounted up, they're spinning freely, nothing's interfering. So we are pretty much done with the bottom side of this trailer, and we need to get to the top side to do some more welds and to put the front cab support on. The jack stands are holding the four corners. I've got a floor jack on either side. I can't get directly under the center part of the trailer where most of the weight is because of the tires, and when I lower it down I want the tire to sit on the ground so that I can roll the floor jack out from underneath. Hopefully, if this goes as planned, I'm going to lift this side up, pull the jack stands out. I'm going to go to the other side, lift that side up, pull those jack stands out. Hopefully it teeters okay and I can maintain it, because I want to take the whole trailer and slide it toward the back of the shop, because then I'm going to flip it back up towards me. Real quick, we're going to go over what we did for the front support here. It was quick, super simple. Because it was so close, I was able to use the speed square to find center. So I measured the front support, found center with the tape, measured the front piece of the main frame, found center, and then used the speed square because it was so close to center them up. Once it was centered, I came over to one side, I found my measurement to the outside of, or to the front of the front support. Same over here. And it lined up pretty good. It's where it needs to be. Look at that. The cab is on the trailer frame. This is awesome. The customer came around lunchtime and dropped it off. It's actually simpler and lighter than I thought it was going to be. You can see down here the cargo area. I did that outside of filming. I left the videos off on where I finished the trailer frame itself. And I built the cargo area off camera just because it needed to get done, and I didn't have time to film it. But yeah, this thing is super simple, super light. And we'll get around here. He pulled it all off, including the fenders. And I think he's even going to redo this side right here, or actually the siding all the way around. It's aluminum sheeting. And I think he's going to, he talked about a camper place around here that will actually cut you some fiberglass to wrap around and replace the aluminum. Don't really know the purpose of it, but for some reason he wanted to do it, and I can't remember exactly why he said. But the frame just sits right down on top of this frame, and it's not lined up really good right now. It's lined up in that corner. This whole side's hanging off. It does line up, I promise you. That right there is not actually supposed to be touching. It's supposed to be sitting up like that. We pulled it out to the back of his trailer, set the tongue on the back of his trailer, and literally picked this thing up and slid it directly onto this trailer. It fit perfect. Both sides lined up perfect when we had it like that. And then I rolled it back here to the yard, and as you can see, I set the floor jack or jack stand underneath it out front so I could put these welds in. And along the bumpy way, it kind of fell off the frame here, but it's not hurting it at all. This is what I was waiting on. I wasn't sure if I wanted to actually deal with it or not. Originally, I had talked about that I didn't want to deal with it because I was expecting aluminum tubes and not a whole lot of structural support. And I figured once I cut the welds, this thing was just going to tweak, and you know, I don't have the shop hours or the manpower to spend on trying to get it back right if it had tweaked. Man, this thing looks good. I know it doesn't look finished because, you know, there's no floor in it, but obviously, I mean, you know, he's going to put floor in it. That's his deal. He's dealing with the wood. The back door, he's got a back door. He's putting that on, and that actually doesn't have anything to do with the frame. It has barn door. It is a barn door, basically, so it has barn door hinges up here, and it latches there. So he's going to take it home when it's all welded up, put new flooring in it. I'm going to spend the next couple minutes, 30 minutes to 45 minutes welding this thing out because I got to pull the welder out, so that'll take us some time. Let's get this thing welded out. Finally all welded up. This cab and chassis are now one piece, and it's good to see, man. I've been working on this for a good while now, probably about going on 3 months. The weather's played a big deal in it, and also my work schedule, as most of y'all know. Oh man, it's finally on. So let's go inside and take a look at these welds. They're not going to be the prettiest because this is rusty material. This is real life. This is not what you get straight out of the store in some kind of Instagram weld. But you'll see right here toward the back, I had some rust issues right there. That was the best place I could tack it. So first of all, to get this lined up right, you may have been able to see earlier in the video that I had a clamp right here on this corner because I wanted to be able to square this corner up. Once I got this corner square, I tightened down with my clamp right there. By the way, these little Harbor Freight clamps have been amazing up until now, and this trailer build has completely destroyed them. You can see how it's torqued and twisted, and that was the same way. But anyway, I had it right here on the corner and I lined it up, so the easiest tacking place was here further down. Going down, as it got toward this end was a little bit raised, and I don't know why, other than the, I mean, obviously this thing had some tweaking to it like I was worried about, but nowhere near what I thought it was going to be. So that end was a little bit raised, and to fix that, we went to the other end and placed the clamps on those, and I worked my way down. So the welds, there was only about, I think, the spots I could count. There may have only been like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 welds. So peace of mind, and to make sure this thing is secured, what I did is I put 2 welds on the side of each cross member here. Not cross member, almost like a stud, wall stud, whatever you want to call it. I went and I put one on either side, about 2 inches long or more, just depending on how good the weld was laying down with that rusty piece of metal there. But I did on both sides of the stud because obviously that T-joint is where you're going to have the most structural support. Out here in the middle of the bar, I'm only supporting the bar and I'm not supporting the studs. So one weld on either side of the stud all the way down. I mean, even down here in the corner. When I got to the end, I did another one at the end just because I wanted to make sure that was square, and once I got it square, welded in place. And the same thing on this side. Yeah, so we got all the welds in. And as far as what I'm doing with this trailer, I am officially done. This job is done. He paid me this morning. We went ahead and settled up when he dropped this off. One more time, walk around. This thing turned out really good. I was kind of worried, you know, he said he was going to handle the cab and just wanted me to do the frame. But it turned out an all-around good build. And you know, it's gotten me kind of wanting to build one for myself. Anyway, it looks good and I am done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series, and I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all have a good one.